Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. I'm coming to you today as part of the NJJM Creative Design Team for March of 2022, and you can catch all of the videos and images that people have made using this kit for this month by looking for hashtag MMDreamTeam. Okay, so all the links for the NJJM creative tutorials and more Facebook group and Melodi Maid's website, sorry about that, and YouTube channels will all be below, so you don't have to worry about memorizing any of that right now. Now this is the kit for March, and you'll see that this page is different, and I'm going to use it as my cover page. And then here's the rest of the kit. There's 33 pages total. These are the kit pages. I'm not going to go through every single one like this, but you can see there's a lot of variety. Some are ink and eco-dyed, and some are computer. So it just depends. So there's a lot of choices for you to make as far as which pages you want to use. Okay, so here's the rest of these. I'm just going to flip through real quick for you. Whoops, I skipped a bunch. Sorry about that. I'm not very good at flipping, am I? And then these you can cut out as and use some of them as tabs, and I've chosen, because of the way it looks, I kind of think it's cool to use it as a background page. So there's that. Then we have the whoops, one last one of those. Okay, then we have the lined pages. So we've got these lined pages for you to write on. And this one here. This one has a blank area to write on. And this one is lined. And then you have your ephemera pages. Now it's a little hard to see on camera probably, but there's a big envelope here. And there's a second page. Oh, here it is. And here's another envelope and a tag, and then of course you can make more tags out of any of the papers that you want. Here's two more envelopes. Now you'll notice that I have printed these on both sides so that there's a picture on the inside when you fold the envelope, and there's an image on the back of the tags so that you can write. That's why it's a lighter image. And this one's a pocket. This one has two tags, one with a rounded top, one with a square top, and then two circles with ribbon holes, and then two doors, which I think are kind of unique. Then you have two like file folders, and the tops are rounded. Let me see if you can see that on camera. And then something that I think is unique is the letter pages. Oops, they're upside down. And they have very pretty flowers on them that match the kit. Okay, so what I'm going to do for my project for this month is I'm going to show you how to make a flip book. Now it's not going to be super detailed because I'm going to do this in 2 videos and instead of 4. So we're going to kind of move right along, and we're not going to go into super duper detail. Once you see how to cover a couple of pages, then you'll be able to do it. Once you see how to put the book together, you'll be able to do that because flip books are easy. Okay, so there's our kit. This is going to be our cover. So I'm going to tell you one more thing, and then we're going to go on hold so I can pick which pages I want to use, and then you're going to want to trim the white edges off of all the papers that you select to use. You don't need to do all 33 if you're not going to use all 33, but you definitely want to have some for additional tags and anything else that you want to make, bookmarks or pockets or things like that that you want to cut out yourself. I use some templates that I have, and anything like that that you might want to go with. Okay, so let's set the papers to the side. Now, another thing I want to show you is for inking. Now, I don't think I'm going to ink the manila folder itself. That's a lot of inking. I think what I'm going to do is just ink the pages that I put on the manila folder. We're going to make a manila folder flip book. And so these are the different colors that I tested out. Let's see if you can see them. I tried out wilted violet and seedless preserves and shaded lilac and weathered wood. Now, these are a little too purple, I think. This one is a little, this one could be okay. But I do like the weathered wood, which you probably can't see at all on camera, but it's a grayish blue, which I think goes well with the colors, the predominant colors in the kit. Okay, so let's put together our flip book. I'm not going to ink mine. So if you're going to ink yours, you're going to stop right here after we cut this, and then you're just going to ink your little heart out. You're going to ink the edges on the top, on the inside and the outside, all the edges all the way around on the inside and the outside, front and back. Okay, so what I did was I took center tab envelopes, manila folders. It's important that you use the center tab, otherwise the pages end up too short. So you want to, once you get done cutting this, you end up with, I believe it's 8 1/4, better be. Yes, 8 1/4 high papers. What are folders? What you want to do, let's see if I can find another center folder real quick. I'm using used folders. This is a good way to use up folders that you've used before, because we're cutting the tabs off. All right, so what you want to do is, you can see on here these little notches. Now there's two. There's one on the front side which is shorter, and there's one on the back side which is higher up. Can you tell that it's early in the morning? I'm not speeching very well. You want to cut it off right here at this lower of the two tabs or notches, and that's why you want to use the or you can line it up with the bottom of this, which is the exact same height as this. I'm going to go right straight across. The reason you want to use the center fold is on the side fold, this front one goes down lower, or the side tab, this one goes down lower, and then your page won't be long enough. All right, so the first thing you do is you just whack off the top, and that gives you an 8 1/4 high, and then we're going to cut them 5 1/4 wide. And you'll notice that my blade says C on it. That's for cardboard. This is a blade that I've used before, but was making a little bit of fuzzy edges on paper. So I went ahead and marked it C for cardboard, put it to the side, put a new blade in, and use that for paper. All right, that's a little trick that I highly recommend that you use. Remember, there's little marks, and that's at the fold end, and you want to make sure not to ever cut off the fold, the flap, the fold, whatever you want to call it. And we'll do that 5 1/4 wide. Now, on a side note, I use Amazon Basics folders. If I don't cover this somehow, I'm going to see that letter C, a little bit of it, and really in this particular case there's no way around it. We're not going to put the paper completely to the edge. We're going to leave a little bit of a border, so I'm going to have to take the hit on that, and hopefully everything else will be decorated enough that you won't notice it. So we want this one to be 5 1/4 wide. We're going to have just a teeny bit left over. As in about that much. Okay, so now we're just going to make a 4-page book. And that's my dog Oz, that most people know by now, getting his bark on for the morning. He was asleep when I started this. In fact, we may just use 3 pages. I think 3 pages will be enough. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. We don't need to make a super big project, just to highlight the kit for you. And since we're only doing this in 2 videos, I want to make sure that I have enough time. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pause while I pick out what papers I want to use and trim the edges off. I'm definitely using this as the cover. And then I'm going to decide what I want to use for the papers, and then I'm also going to cut out the pockets and the tags. Okay, so I want you to do that right now as your homework, and just pause your video right here, because my pause isn't really going to pause for you, and then we'll come back and do some more. Okay, all right, I'll see you in just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. You know what? I made a mistake. Let's just, I think we're just going to do 2 folders, which will give us 5 pages. This is just a mini book, and I'm going to show you how to make it before we have to do any papering or anything. So I'll show you how to make it in this video, and then in the next video we'll paper it and put the ephemera on it. Okay, so let's do it that way. I think that way will be better. So now we're going to have 1 pocket in our little mini album here, and that's going to be where we join the 2 pieces of manila folder together. Now this method is going to give us the cover, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Now you can use this as the back cover and then have 4 pages in the middle, or you may decide to add 1 more folder, and in that case you would have the cover 1, these 2 are going to be glued together, so that's 1, 2, 3, these will be glued together, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. Well, maybe we can do 7. Let's do that. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to ink first if you're going to ink. Okay, I've gotten out some lace because I think we could use some lace to cover up the Amazon Basics. We may not use it on every page, but we will use it on the cover. We're going to use it across the top to cover where these are glued together, and we're also going to we'll use some on this side because we're going to have pockets on this side, and we'll have to wait and see how that works out. We may use it some on this side as well, but we're going to use the smaller along the sides. If it looks good, we'll have to wait and see. And then definitely this across the top, though, the wider. Okay, and then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paper clip these together like this, so that you can decide where you want to put your pockets. Your pockets are going to be side pockets. Make sure the tops are all the same way. Now we can make both of them pockets, which would be fun. And then you would need to make 2 writing cards plus your pages, okay, because you're going to need a writing card to go in each pocket. So we can make a pocket on one side on one and a pocket on the other side on the other. So let's do that. So now we're going to need to glue these pages together, but we only want to glue them on 3 sides depending on what side we want to make the pocket. So let's make this side the pocket. Don't write way up here because you'll see it. Right way down here, pocket. And then you're going to glue them together. Where's my glue? And you're going to want to glue them on 3 sides. You have to wait for that air bubble so you know the glue is all the way down there in the end. You want to glue right up to the edges. Put a generous amount of glue on there because you're going to be holding it together. And it's alright, you know, if you make the pocket a little bit shallower by putting quite a bit of glue, because you don't need a super giant writing card anyway. Think of all the extra work. Okay, then you're going to want to go up this side. You're not going to go across the top where the pocket is. Okay? So we're going to glue that together. Make sure they're lined up. Now we can't cut a thumb hole where the pocket is yet because we have to do that after we paper it. Okay, let's unpaper clip this. Somehow I managed to get one just a little bit shorter. So that means we'll have to trim all the others to match. I have no idea how I did that since I just folded it in half. Oh, it isn't really, is it? Yes, I think it is. But let's make sure our folders lined up together at the top. Okay. There's our seam. Let's put a paper clip in our pocket so we remember that it's there. Okay, pocket, page. We're going to glue these 2 together, only we're going to make the pocket on this side. You know what? Should trim this and equal it up. It's just going to make your paper that you cut a little bit shorter by about 1/8, and I have no idea why that front page is 1/8 shorter. Well, that won't work. Let's take the paper clip out. Everybody makes a mistake. This shows you how to fix it. Just because you're the one showing how does not mean you don't make a mistake now and then. Or more than now and then, you never know. Okay, now we're all even. Now, before we glue this together, let's make a mark. Look at that. Huh. Let's just double check it. Yeah, that looks like a 1/16. Now we're all copacetic. Okay, now let's put our paper clip back in so we know what side our pocket's on. So we can make our pocket on the other side when we glue the next two together. And you could just keep repeating this whether you add a pocket or not, and make this as big as you want. It'll make the top thicker, and so you'll just need to make sure that you have enough lace or cloth or whatever you're going to use to to cover the top here, right here. Okay. So now we're going to take this one, the single page, we're going to glue it to this one, and this time we're going to glue it this way, putting the pocket on this side. And then that's all there is to making it. Then you can pick out which papers you want to go on which page. And then if you want to go ahead and make your writing cards, you can. I was going to show you a couple things about that, so you know, you might want to wait. Up to you. If you feel confident in making writing cards, then by all means go ahead and do that, and then you'll be ahead of the game. So we'll glue that on this side. Make sure everything's even. Top and bottom both ways. Top and bottom this way. Top and bottom this way. And let it sit for just a second. And then when we open it up, we will have a pocket on the opposite side, unless I glued it wrong. Oh, I glued it all the way around, so I have no pocket here. Did you see me do that? So that's a mistake. Oh no. I glued this on 3 sides. I just glued it on the wrong 3 sides. And what I did on this one, no, so see, I did it right. Look at me go. I just thought I did it wrong. So I had a paper clip on the pocket on this side. I told you, I'm just not thinking straight this morning. So you've got a cover, page 1, page 2 with a pocket, page 3, page 4, page 5 with a pocket, page 6, and page 7, which is your back. Now, I'm probably going to make the back the same as the cover, just because it's so unique. And so go ahead and trim your papers. I would number them. You want to start with the pocket on the right being the closest to the cover. So I would mark this C for cover. And then 1, 2. Remember, this is your double. 3, 4. This is your double. 5, 6, and then the back. Okay, so you're going to have 6 pages, cover, and a back. All right, so that's all we're going to do for this video. Get your papers trimmed, and pick your papers out and get your papers trimmed. and then we'll take a look at putting the papers on. I'm going to go ahead and put the pockets and the tags in, then you'll see how to do that, and then we'll do a quick little flip through and you'll see what it looks like finished. All right, okay, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be the second of two videos, and it will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.